Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Sunday to you guys. Hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. What's up, guys? Zira, Han Solo, Mo Smarties, Ned. What's up, guys? 49er Holic, my dude. What's up? Hello from Germany to all. Perplex. Hey, Ponas, what's up? Hope everyone's having a great weekend, guys. Hello from Germany. Wow. All the way from Germany. How we doing? Good evening to you. All right, guys. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for already saying hello and good morning and everything, guys. Really appreciate it. Glad to have you guys here, and hope everyone's been having a really good weekend and everything. Hey, Robert Humphrey, what's up from snowy North Carolina? Hey, it's a bit kind of the typical kind of gloomy, semi-stormy here in the Pacific Northwest, I guess, at least where I'm at today. Seems kind of windy, stormy-ish, but the usual gloomy, cloudy, a little bit of rain and all that. From Florida, nice. Hey, Florida, shout out. What's up, UK? Rich Dixon, what's up? Your first stream. Hey, welcome in. Welcome from the UK. All right. Yeah, I'm sure Bath will be here soon. You guys will have to chat about your UK culture. We'll see what he's eating today. Usually he eats fish and chips and mushed peas. We'll see if it'll be the same today. All right, guys. Well, we're just gonna continue. I figure we continue with our. This is the town that we've been working on for the last, the recent streams or whatever. And we just in the end of the last one, after we did the approval, the 100% approval, we were upgrading this town a little bit, expanding on this town a little bit. We got some tier 3 housing coming in here on our lakefront property. And we were just upgrading like the church and improving our farming and some production chains and stuff like that. And we're kind of getting ready for adding this big castle over here to really make the town come together and have that focal point with this big castle here on the kind of on the cliff's edge. So we're gonna work on that, and hopefully get everything looking really cool here, and yeah. Bath is here. There he is. Snake and kidney pie? What? I don't even know what that is. Happy birthday. No. It's definitely not my birthday. My birthday's in October. But I appreciate it. Bath's looking out as always. "12 inches of snow." Wow, Robert, that is a ton of snow in North Carolina. Wow, that's crazy. Ned, you had some snow over the weekend? Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I hope you guys are staying warm and staying safe and everything. First and foremost. We are, it's crazy though, guys. Today is February 1st, guys. Today is February 1st of 2026. January's already gone. We're already on our way to spring of 2026. Isn't that crazy? Dude, right? I've never even heard of that. I don't know what that is. That's some kind of like mincemeat thing or something? Jeez. All right, guys. Oh my gosh. And also, I'm sure as we're all aware, most of you guys know I live up here near Seattle. So obviously very excited about the Seahawks making it to the Super Bowl. So quick shout out for that. And just also wanted to mention for next week's live stream, next Sunday is the Super Bowl. I live near Seattle, and the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl for the first time in like 11 years or something. So there is a possibility that there might not be a stream next week. I'm not exactly sure what, like if I have any, plans or whatever, but there's definitely a possibility that I might be, busy for that day. So just a heads up on that, guys. If there's no stream next week, it's because we're watching the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Just a heads up, guys. We might have a stream. We'll see. If there is a stream next weekend, it might just be kind of like a shorter one or something like that. But I'll keep you guys posted. I'll make a post about it on the channel. But just wanted a quick while I was thinking about it. Steak and kidney pie. Yeah, I've not heard of the snake. I haven't heard of any of that stuff. I mean, we do have fish and chips here in the Pacific Northwest, but a lot of that stuff I haven't really had too much experience with. Is that going to be the next food they add to Manor Lords? All right. So, we'll go ahead and quickly check in on our town and everything before we move on. Yeah, and also, thank you. And also, Liverpool had a strong win yesterday, so I was really excited about that. Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, and that's also the other thing, because next weekend it's Liverpool's playing against Man City in the morning, and then the Seahawks are playing in the Super Bowl in the afternoon. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, I might just be tied up next weekend. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Dude, I know United's on a crazy run right now, dude. I don't even know what to say. That guy, the new coach, he's got his beginner's luck, dude. It's kicking in. That's what's up, though. That's pretty funny. It's really exciting to see, to be honest, though. Now we're fighting for spots with each other, Bav. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? All right, so we just did an autumn harvest here when we left off last time. So we're like at the tail end of November here, but we did just go ahead and harvest. We had a good amount of like barley, flax, and rye and wheat. So looks like right now we're already just kind of producing those into the grains and making the food. We got plenty of bread already. We just had a haul of our orchards from our backyards here. So we have some apples and pears. We've got a strong amount of carrots. We've got some fish still from our fishing area over here. And mushrooms from the foraging deposit. So food situation's really strong. We got a little bit of like milk and meat too from our goat pens, but food situation's really strong. Looks like we have 22 months of food, so we're doing really well there. We could probably even sell off some extra stuff here, like some of these excess carrots or wheat bread or whatever. And so our goal is, though, we need to, since we don't, in this region, we do not have like a rich stone, so we have to import. We're going to have to import construction materials for the castle. So that means we're going to have to use our economy. And so this will be an ode to the final remnants of the current economy, I guess. And we'll have to... Right now, I think basically we've just been selling charcoal. Yeah. So literally we've only been selling charcoal. We've been keeping up with tools. We imported some sheep, which we stopped importing them because they were just like going into our fencing that we have over the town. And then we just imported like some rough stone so far for the church upgrade. But we're going to need to upgrade or import more, rough stone in particular for the, construction materials that we need for the castle. But we'll probably want to sell more than just charcoal. So we'll export. We have, like I said, like 22 months worth of food, for example. We don't need 260 surplus carrots around in the town. So, you know, sell off some carrots. 100 surplus is probably more than enough, for example. We can add that into the mix. We're also starting to produce hides into leather because we have our goats in the backyards here of these housing backyard extensions. So we've been gathering hides, and we're starting to convert those hides into leather, and then we'll be able to produce shoes, and we can, you know, use the shoes for our tier 3 houses, and then also sell shoes for more profit. So, but right now we have our tailoring shop, which is making mostly clothing from the flax that we're farming, and we have the bakery, and then we have the brewery. So we're going to need another housing area that can, you know, have an extension on it. And the rest of our lakefront property over here, they're like tier 3 housing. I don't really want to put more artisan shops over here, so I'm thinking we'll add, we have our separate housing section over here by our behind the tavern. Tavern's looking kind of cool, by the way, now that the trees are coming in our little fenced off backyard area or whatever that we made. So we'll probably just level up a couple of these houses in anticipation of another artisan workshop or two. Alright. And while that's going on, let's check over here. We have Weaver's Workshop, Clay Furnace. So we do have a good amount of roof tiles already. We don't need more of those for the castle, but just in case we need to upgrade more stuff, we're good on that. But we should probably restaff the Weaver's Workshop. We had a big haul of flax there that we want to convert into linen for more clothing or gambesons or whatever, because we could also sell gambesons. So maybe let's switch to gambesons. And we'll add that to our economy as well. We'll need to check back here to once we have a couple produced to set the export or whatever, but we'll make some money off of that because we have some flax sitting around. We have excess clothing already, so make utilization of that. And then our tannery is already staffed, and then we'll probably just go ahead and add a stonemason station, once again in anticipation of making those stone blocks that we're going to need for the church, because we'll probably just import the rough stone and turn it into dressed stone ourselves instead of, you know, importing dressed stone because it's more expensive. So we'll go ahead and just kind of get some of that set up right now. Koval, next weekend, get off the island and party it up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, for sure. I'll see what's going on. Might have to connect with some fellow 12s, you know? That's right. That's right. This is the map where that's right. We had this fence right here to protect the village from the forest border line here, and now the sheep are occupying the fence. And this is our monument. Our monument to the poor sheep who have to live in this pasture. It was not certified by the medieval PETA. They were pretty pissed about it, but, you know. We gotta do what we gotta do out here. Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies. And now the sheep are multiplying. Since we had some sheep, now they're just continuing to multiply. So, we might need to put in a butcher and slaughter them. Or sell them back or something, we'll see. We'll let them keep doing their thing for now. Yeah, so the new economy is going to be interesting. Yeah, I know. I saw someone mentioned earlier, Ponas mentioned earlier too, yeah, about, I've been seeing a lot of comments about it. Obviously, I know I've, you know, made a whole video about it and whatnot, and I've been posting more about it in the in my own Discord, in the Manor Lords Discord or whatever. But yeah, I know it's just. I will admit, I'm definitely pretty discouraged. I was in the I was looking through the Manor Lords Discord, you know, the other day or whatever, and you know, the developers are pretty active in the Discord. Like, they do post stuff in the Manor Lords Discord. Maybe not like every single day, but like pretty frequently. You know, they'll like answer like random questions, or I don't know, post like random stuff or whatever. But I just saw like the one guy. His name is Captain Gores, and he's the AI programmer. Like, that's all he does. Is he was hired, added to the team last year, and hired just for the AI programming. So that's why we've seen, you know, some of the progression with like the enemy AI factions and stuff like that. But I saw him replying to some, like, someone was, you know, some people were in there posting like, which, you know, is nothing new to us or whatever, but you know, they were like, why does the AI not, you know, max out their retinue? Why don't they do farming? Why don't they do this or that? Blah blah, you know. And he replied, and he was like, I don't have any of the code written for any of that stuff. Like, I have a massive to-do list, and I don't have enough time, and like all this kind of stuff. And it's just like, dude, seriously? Like, you want to make it any more obvious that this is just, you guys are just, I don't even know what to say, man. Like, it's just like, wow. Like, you guys, it's absurd. Like, the decision making is actually insane. So yeah, I'm extremely disappointed. But yeah, it's just, it is what it is, obviously, and we'll see what happens, obviously. But it just doesn't really seem very good when you see the developers openly in the Discord saying like that they are overwhelmed, they have a to-do list that's too long, and they haven't even done the basic functions, and like blah blah blah. And it's just like, yeah, let's get hyped about you guys messing up more stuff in the game, I guess. Like, I don't even know what to say at this point. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, I don't want to go down the negative path. We'll enjoy the town and everything. So we're done with farming tasks for the season. And we did upgrade a couple buildings over here, or houses, right? So we need a, we're going to do a cobbler's workshop because we're going to start producing shoes. And we should see, yeah, linen getting produced here, and then we should see gambesons getting produced very soon as well. And we'll start selling those. We're not getting wool from the sheep because I haven't built a, where is it? Sheep farm. Yeah, we haven't built this. We don't have any like sheep herders or whatever. We don't have anyone like getting the wool, but we could. We probably should. So let's go ahead and do that. Good call, Ned. Is there anywhere nearby that we can put this?
Get your daily dose of greens.
Get your daily dose of greens. I guess we'll just kind of put it over here, off to the side.
Carrots, cabbages, turnips.
That should be fine. Might as well be getting that wool. That's definitely a good call.
You'll not find
No reason not to.
anywhere else.
Since we got the sheep here now. Since they're here in the fencing, might as well. Okay.
Keep your half warm.
Yeah, let's get rid of our,
Firewood.
these militias that we have that we were just observing just to look at them. They're using the gambesons, so there we go. We don't care about that. We just want to sell the gambesons. We just had the militias here just to look at some of the information or whatever. But they were using they were equipping, or like, you know, utilizing the gambesons, but we don't need that. We just want to sell them. Okay. And we can also, since we have the farming and we have a strong amount of wheat bread, as you know, we should all know by now, wheat bread, huge profit potential. So, you know, we're just going to sell off some extra wheat bread, for example. Alright, sheep farm. Well, sheep, we can't get any wool during sheep shearing, forbidden during winter months, so we can't get wool during winter months anyways. But once we're back out of winter, we will go ahead and staff that up. We also have more, but we forgot we got to staff up this malt house too, actually. Get the barley converted to malt so we can keep the ale flowing. Very important. Ale for the town. Alright, and we're starting to import that rough stone, as we can see. So we'll go ahead and staff up that stonemason station that we constructed. And we'll start producing the dress stone in anticipation of starting construction on the castle. So we'll get all that stuff going here. And we have so many planks. Honestly, I think we need to stop making planks for now. We have over 1,000 planks. Let's stop on planks for a bit here. Don't make any more planks until we are down to like 500 planks. There we go. Nice. Get some more timbers stocked up because we're going to need timbers as well for the construction tasks. And I think we need to adjust their work area because they've cut down all the trees that we told them to in the area over there. So let's have them remove the rest of these trees along the ridge over here. Staff up another person. And there we go. So our trade stuff is going here. We're selling like excess carrots because we have so many. We have a bunch of extra food. So we're selling some extra carrots and wheat bread, and then the gambeson's now on top of the charcoal. So we're ramping up a bit more since we're spending more now on, you know, importing the stone and stuff. We got to start exporting more stuff to accommodate for that. So that's what we're doing with adding in carrots and wheat bread and stuff. We could probably also order up another horse and maybe add like another trade trade family worker. Which means we're going to need more stable space. We'll probably just put that over here. Cool. Alright, so we're prepping up. And then we'll upgrade the rest of our lakefront property over here too. We just need a couple more things to come into play. Why do they not have beverage? We definitely should have beverage coverage. Beverage supply. Oh, yeah, well, they have it now. I don't know. I guess they just didn't have it for a brief second there. Alright, but yeah, we just need to, once we get more like meat and fish and supply here, then we'll be good to upgrade some tier 3 housing again. Then we'll have all of our lakefront property looking nice. And we're also producing shoes now as well, as we can see. And so we need some shoes for our tier 3 housing supply, but then we'll also probably sell some of the excess of that as well and make some more profits from that too. Since the sheep are struggling with that fence and think they're woolly jumpers, yeah, I know, right? I'd be surprised if they're if they're getting too fat. Yeah, trying not to prejudge the economy changes. Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah. I mean, it all sounds great. You know what I mean? Like the concept of what they're talking about, the ideas are great, right? It's just that I'm sitting here as someone who's played since day one Manor Lords, and I'm like, yo, I've heard a lot of ideas at this point. I've heard a lot of plans, right? I've heard Greg announce a lot of features and plans and ideas. And so at this point, I'm kind of over hearing what the plan is and what the ideas are, you know what I mean, as they kind of just like go round and round in circles. It's starting to, I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling, yeah, I've been getting a little frustrated, to be honest. Yeah, so which is you know, it's just it is what it is, obviously, and it's not like you know our lives are going to be ruined or anything if you know if the game doesn't live up to our expectations or whatever. But it's just obviously we're all invested, we're all passionate about the project and stuff. So it's just kind of frustrating to see what's going on. But you know that's just my view, at least. Dude, we do have enough planks to build a bridge across the lake. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We need to claim another region though, actually, if we want to do that, huh? Because we can't build anything otherwise. But we have no way to like. We don't have any. I guess maybe like all the way down here or something. But we can't build a bridge like from the cliffside, right? So we'd have to build it from like a access point down here or something. So if we claimed the region that was like way over here, for example, could we connect them with a bridge like that? Would that work? We need to get more influence. I guess we could sacrifice some food and test it out. Why not? Whoops. Taxes. Yeah, we don't have any like bandits or anything on this map, so we have no other way to get influence. Sean Bingham, he said you only started playing this a couple days ago. Nice. Already spend more time researching why I'm failing to actually play it. It's a tough game. It's a tough game. No, it's a really tough game. Manor Lords is a very complex game. There's no even I think anyone really like even veteran players like myself. You know, when you first start out, it's there's a learning curve for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of variables to consider. There's a lot of factors. You know what I mean? Manor Lords is definitely a pretty complex game. Even if you play on kind of just like the relaxing setting, just like the core, you know, city building aspects of it or whatever, already has like a lot of, you know, things to take into consideration between, you know, food production and approval and maintenance requirements and, you know, residential demands, you know, like supplying different commodities and all that kind of stuff, and then economy on top of that, and you know, yeah, there's a lot of layers. And then of course if you're playing with like enemies, having the raiders and the baron, all that kind of stuff, it's a challenge for sure. It's definitely a challenge. It's just like anything though, practice makes perfect. Once you kind of get the hang of it, then it becomes you know, a little more not, you know, second nature type of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a lot of variables and kind of core concepts that once you kind of get used to them, then it gets a little easier. But it's a lot to learn. Manor Lords has a lot of layers, like a lot of factors going on. I know we have a pretty town. That we don't have any bandits. There's no bandits or enemy on this playthrough. This one's just simply just a this is just a peaceful playthrough on this one. Yeah. We're not going to get raided. Also, I don't think we need to be taxing like for treasury because we have no use for it. So speaking of trees, you know, it's for give the forest a lot. It takes a very long time for the trees to grow. That's a good observation, Ned. I was noticing the same thing too. I was trying to figure out like what's kind of the ideal like radius or whatever. Oh, of course we can't really see anything right now because we got snow. But yeah, once we get out of the winter here, we can look at that or whatever. But yeah, I was noticing the same thing though. Basically, like the concept of the larger you make the circle, then like the more. I was wondering if like you make the circle large and they'll like work from like the center of the circle outward kind of thing. But I think like if you just make the circle large, they just pick random spots anywhere within whatever the radius is, right? So the smaller you make the circle, the more chance that they're gonna like you know, they're not walking all over the place constantly, because you make the circle really large and they're just like walking between planting spots, which takes a lot of travel time and stuff. So I think if you make the circle, the smaller you make the circle, the more like efficient they're going to be with like planting the trees and stuff, for sure. Yeah, no, that's a good call. Yeah, like you're saying, Bath. Yeah, just kind of make it a smaller circle and move it around or whatever. Yeah, you seen someone else build a bridge across and it didn't work. I know. I've heard,
These things do happen from time to time.
I've heard that the bridge, the massive bridge, is like questionable. It causes well, you know, it's added to the list, right? But you know, I don't think that one. To be fair, it seems a little. That one seems understandable. I don't think the bridges are meant to be that long. That's right. What's up, Info Mole Rat in the house? How we doing, dude? We need to unlock the scuba gear. That's right. Well, we just need to get Christoph back here. Christoph, he knows how to go scuba diving into the lake. We've seen him do it several times. The legend Christoph. We need him. Yeah. Oh, I think you can. Oh, yeah. I guess you're right. We could walk under the lake. No, your bridge suck. Yeah, you go into the first person. Yeah, the walk around mode does not work with bridges. The collision settings or whatever are not there. Only reason it attacks is if you... Right, yeah, exactly. Exactly, I know. The King's tax right now, I noticed, or the Royal tax, whatever. I've noticed it, yeah, that one doesn't do anything really right now. I've been in debt by like thousands of treasury or whatever to the King, and they don't do anything. The King is weak. AKA, the King has no code for no AI, and the King does not exist in the under the hood version of the game. Add that to the list, right? But we are approaching, once we get 1,000 influence, we can claim that other region and try to build a bridge. But we are producing now, so we can see we're starting to get that dress stone coming in. So that's good. So we're gonna need like a large amount of the dress stone, obviously. Maybe we'll double staff this stonemason station, but yeah, we need a lot of the dress stone. And let's see, shoes are coming in. Ale's looking good. Everything's looking good. Our town is like very well set up. It's not like a really big town, obviously, but we're kind of keeping it a little tight knit right now. Clear out some of this area in anticipation of our castle. All right. So we can at least maybe start doing some of the layout here. Maybe after it stops raining, then we can see a little better. But yeah, with the forester hut, see something like this. So I have done that a few times. I'm sure, as you've noticed, I think like you were saying, Ed, where sometimes I'll just make the area like really big. Because I don't know, sometimes I just prefer to just like set it and forget it, I guess, right? But I think definitely the better way, like you and Baff were saying, is if you make it a little bit smaller, and then you continuously move the work area around and keep the labor kind of focused and more efficient in a smaller space. But if you want to just like set it and forget it, you can, you know. I think if you make the work area like the max size, like they're probably going to be planting trees all just completely random all over the place. So I wouldn't go max, but you know, something like, you know, a pretty good size like that or something is probably still fine. The trees are going to be planted like kind of various locations and it's not going to be so efficient, but yeah, if you make them like little tighter knit circles like that and then move the work area a little more micromanagement, that'll be definitely more ideal. Objectively, for sure. Okay, so now we can let's see what. Let's take a look at what kind of design we want to go with here. Yeah, or even smaller than that. Yeah, you could. Yeah, like really keep it compact, for sure. Yeah. You never pay the king. Good. Don't pay him. Hold. Don't pay the king. It's a rite of passage to build a bridge across the Lake Lemm and walk it. Yeah, only the pure of heart will make it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Did you know you can build a bridge, kite enemies onto it, and then destroy the bridge, and the enemies fall into the water, but they don't drown. They just climb out on your side and carry on. Jeez. Now that's some tech right there. Interesting. A little off topic, but have we done a build with a rich eel deposit? Notice it doesn't suffer from the drought. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so I guess so that must be because Smarties, I assume the rich eel deposits, those are only like in the little river, like the little creeks or rivers, right? Or like shoreline of a lake or something. So I guess like you said, that's an interesting because then the droughts don't affect it because it's not like a just like a single source pond or whatever. It's actually like a flowing or very large water source. So that's actually a good shout. And also, the eel have the same price point as the carp with the Vogtland perk. So what I mean is because the carp have like a value of 3, I think, and then with the Vogtland perk they go up to 5. The eel have a value of 5 regular, but they're a major trade item. So that being said, yeah, the eel would that's a profitable setup that you could take advantage of without needing to use the Vogtland perk or whatever. If you have a rich eel deposit and it doesn't get affected by droughts and you're able to sell them for 5 regional wealth each consistently, very strong setup. So really good shout, Smarties. I don't know if we've necessarily done a build with the rich eel deposit, but I know, remember when we did that build that was over here? Remember the one that was like on the waterfront that we did over here with like the farming setup, and I used a lot of the clips from this town and like the economy build and stuff. We did have the eel deposit over here, like the shoreline fishing. That's where we saw Christoph going scuba diving. But I don't think it was a rich eel deposit. I think it was just a regular one. But yeah, that's a really good shout though. That's a really good call, Smarties, 100%. So that might be, and especially if they kind of, well, I don't know, who knows, right? But if they tweak, like, I don't know, for example, the Vogtland perk, I gotta imagine that's not going to stay exactly how it is, along with all the other stuff that's changing. So, maybe that'll be a pretty good setup to utilize, you know what I mean? Like, moving forward, having the rich eel deposit. Because then you can just sell that for 5 regional wealth, major trade, without needing any kind of perk or whatever, and it's you don't have to worry about the drought affecting it. You pretty much have an infinite supply. So I think that's a really great shot right there. Yeah. And so Molrat, you noticed that the eel doubled when you chose the Vogtland perk. Interesting. So I assume that might be a bug or a labeling or something, because it's got to be right here, right, where we have the double capacity on foraged goods, right, wild berries and mushrooms. I assume maybe it's also affecting the fishing deposits. Who knows if that means that the tooltip is incorrect or the behavior of the fishing deposits being increased is incorrect, but that's very interesting that you noticed that. I mean, if that is the case, then honestly, right now, maybe a rich eel deposit with Vogtland perk is just crazy good. Then you just have like infinite eel. Like, that's kind of crazy too. Wow. Anyways, wow. You guys got some tech coming in here. The same 40% build rate. Interesting. So Smarties, you're saying you're not even able to get enough people to fish it down enough where it like refreshes as much as you've fished. Wow, crazy. Hey, what's up, Senior Slaphead? The videos have been useful. Thank you. Up to 170 hours now. We'll probably wait for the next beta until you play again. Yeah, I hear you. I totally hear you on that. But I appreciate the shout. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Happy Sunday to you. Hope everyone's having a great weekend out there. Like 12 families working on those eel, all living right next door. Still didn't get them all. That's crazy. So you've got to be absolutely cranking out the eel because the fishing deposits replenish based. It's like a proportional replenishment, right? It replenishes based on like how many eel or fish or whatever are in the resource deposit at the time of the refresh tick, correct? So that being said, right? So if you're saying if you have an eel deposit that has double capacity, like 700 total eel, then that means the rate that it's repopulating or refreshing or whatever is also incredibly high too. So yeah, you guys might be really onto something there. Honestly, I hadn't really thought about that too much, but I think you guys are really onto something there. That's like big time. Eel, maybe eel is the new goat. Is eel the new goat, guys? Interesting. I don't know if you can get eel in a lake though, Smarties. Well, I mean, I think you can get it like in, like I said, like on the shoreline. Excuse me, of like the massive like Lake Lemm. But I don't think you can get eel like in a lake like this, like a pond or whatever. I don't know. All right, so let's do some castle design here. What any should we? I know I usually kind of do these like rounded, you know, kind of something like whatever like that or whatever. Kind of want to try something else. Should we try like some like squared walls or like layered walls or something? I see some people have. I've seen some really cool designs where people have like the like stone walls and then they have some like wooden walls outside of that and like a separate like outside area, and then maybe of course we want to put maybe some like buildings or a couple somethings inside the castle area, you know what I mean, to increase the aesthetic or whatever. Yeah, the big lake. Oh, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I honestly, I mean, I don't. Who knows if maybe you can get eel in the ponds too? Honestly, I'm not sure, but I don't think so. But does the place roads work in the castle planner? Yeah, you should be able to use the road tool within the castle planner, and it'll place roads just like usual. Hey, what's up, Alex? How we doing? Welcome in. Unagi build? A maze castle? Yeah, the stone walls with wooden ones outside looks cool. That's what I was thinking. Then it makes it look more like more like an actual, I don't know what the word is, but you know what I mean? Like an actual, like, official area, you know? So I'm thinking like, but like towards the town, like another, like maybe outer wooden wall, but like on this side, all stone, and then like stone around, but like stone up to the edges here, and then like another like wooden wall, like something like whatever, like this or something, towards the town, outside of the stone. Yeah, two gates, one after the other, for sure. Okay. I think let's see how it looks with if we do like some kind of like straight lines here. Has quite a bit of a dip right there. Let's see if we can not have it dip quite so drastically. Let's see. I want to move this. There we go. Maybe something like that for like the actual stone portion. I feel like I don't really want this point right here. Maybe like that. And then let's see what it looks like with the stone. Okay, so something like that. And then, of course, like some, you know, towers or whatever. But something like that, and then like a road. So like the main gate, I guess, right here. If possible. I hate how it like... I hate how the gates will mess with like the... Like, why doesn't this just stay straight, you know? Like, especially if it's just in the middle like that, but I guess that's not too bad. Something like that, and then we'll connect our to the main roads. Okay, something like that is starting to look at least like a good foundation, I guess. And then, see, I don't, like, why are these not... See, this gets all messed up here from the stupid gate being put in. Yeah, I don't like how when you put the gate in like that, it like messes up with everything. But I guess that's okay like that. That's really not bad. Okay. How are we feeling about that? And then we'll do some... I'm not going to commit to this. We don't have the materials obviously either. We're just kind of doing some planning here. Some towers, but then we'll have the outer, like outer wall or whatever from here. So, like something like that, you know? Might be kind of cool. And then we can put some stuff, you know, in this area. Oh, it's not going to want to let us, is it? Yeah. You're going to be like that, huh? You're going to be like that. Okay, well, let's just get rid of that part. And maybe we can't do... Okay, I guess that works, and then we can just attach. Okay. Something like that. What do you think about that for like a foundation? And then we can put stuff like, you know, some buildings on the outer area or whatever, I guess. Inner and outer, but yeah, classic Norman castle. Um, yeah, use the wall for archers to stand on. Yeah, you definitely can. Yeah, we've done that a couple times. It's a little, it doesn't work like perfectly right now, obviously. But yeah, it does work. Like it can work, and it's really cool. So if you use the ramparts on the walls, they're facing the wrong way right now. Oh, that's partially why it looked wonky, because the walls were the wrong way, facing the wrong way. But yeah, if you put the like the ramparts or whatever on the walls, that's also a really cool feature. Kind of looks cool as well. And then we'll need some like towers and stuff, of course. But yeah. Poked at selling sheep. Yeah, yeah. That's another thing, you could just like resell your sheep. Yeah, absolutely. Like Belch. That's funny. You're taking plays out. You're going right from the Patriots playbook there. Huh? I like that. That's funny. Remember when the housing extensions would extend over the cliff? Get it. He had mountain goats. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen that actually. That's pretty funny. Run the wall just to the edge of the cliff and leave the cliffside open as a natural defense. Oh, true. We could just leave... Yeah, true. We could have it, like, open-sided over here, maybe. That's not a bad idea. That could be kind of cool. Yeah, we need some... We'll put some towers in here. That's not a bad idea, though, having it, like, open on this side. That's kind of cool, huh? Yeah, I'm not gonna commit. Well, I think, yeah, we can still build stuff here as long as we're not, like, committed, right? When you save during construction of the castle with all building materials present and then reload, you get a section... Oh, really? Gets instant built. Materials are still present and unused. They will transport the materials away to the storehouse then. That's an interesting one. So does it... I guess it can save some time then, I guess, huh? You can avoid some of the, like, excessive time that it takes to build the manor? Or whatever, castle? That is an interesting idea, to just have it open on this side, but I don't know how close we can actually get to the cliffs, you know? Huh. I don't know. What do you guys think? Seems kind of awkward having it open, but it's also kind of cool. Hard to tell. I mean, it is cool. Feels kind of awkward with it kind of being open-ended, but it's also kind of cool too. I don't know how, like, dude, there's no way that it will let you commit to that, right? Like, but it's not flashing red either. Like, what? I mean, if we can make it look like it's, like, actually, like, going into the rock, I mean, that's kind of cool. with this, with the scaffolding coming out the side here. Oh man, now we're getting crazy. I mean, it is. That would be kind of cool if it's like going into the rock like that. That is a pretty cool effect. It's like Helm's Deep or whatever. You know what I mean? I have no idea if this will actually work or not. I mean, I kind of doubt it will, but who knows, huh? I mean, that is kind of cool though, like that with like the it's like, you know, coming out of the rock or whatever. That is pretty sick. Yeah, never build the whole thing at once. That's probably not a good idea to do the whole thing at once. But I just wanted to at least like kind of plan out the idea, I guess. But I mean, we don't have all the materials anyways. We're just kind of doing some idea, making some ideas and stuff. I feel like maybe like a tower there up against that side, watching over the lake. And a couple of these. I mean, that does look pretty cool, right? I mean, I feel like that looks pretty cool. Okay. Well, I guess for now we'll maybe plan on that, but we need, you know, more materials and stuff, but I mean, I feel like that's pretty cool. Like if that was actually here, I mean, I feel like that looks pretty sick, right? Send your own soldiers to check. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if I mean, once again, there's no like enemies on this one. This is just a like a peaceful game mode or whatever. So we wouldn't need to actually use this for combat, but that yeah, we can definitely check to see if people can actually path around the back. That'll be interesting to see. Yeah, so we can't commit to anything here, so I'm just gonna leave that, and then, but that's saved for us. So if we go back to the planner, we'll be, we can iterate more on that. But we should still be able to, you know, we can still build stuff here or whatever, you know, before we commit to the construction there. So maybe let's get a few things going in here. I know we usually like a water well is cool, and then we can see, for example, like where. So maybe for now, let's just like build a road right here, just so we know like this is like the edge of the wall, kind of. So if we build, maybe have this be like the regular road in here. Yeah, like this road is just a temporary for me to know that the wall's right here, and then this will maybe be like the actual road where we can have some stuff. Okay, so we can put, like, for example, water well. Oh, dang it. No! Stupid underground water. Killing me. Oh well, we don't need to have a water well. But maybe like a hitching post. Put like a stable. And that should be, yeah, that'll fit right there. It's like a hitching post. Maybe maybe we can put the stonemason station in here so they're constructing the blocks that they need for the castle on site. And then something else. What else? What else? What else? Smithy? Smithy could be cool. So then we'll have, see, we'll have like a few buildings right here. I think that'll be cool. And then maybe we can add like something else just like right here, I guess. What else? Something... Maybe we can put the tannery in here? Tannery might be too big. Let's see. Ooh, looks like that would like barely fit. Might need something slightly smaller. Or just at a different positioning or something. I mean, we could put like a house in here, I guess, but I don't know if I want a house. We could put a pack station with like get a couple mules or whatever chilling here. That could be kind of cool. There we go. Something like that. I think that's going to look cool. Some buildings here, and then the main castle and everything. Yeah, I mean... I think it's going to look pretty cool. Oh, we need a shrine, too, actually. Let's put a shrine in here. Thicken up the look of this intersection right here. Always got to have a shrine. Where can we fit that? I kind of want the shrine right here, and then we'll move the pack station over, I think. Yeah, so we'll go shrine. Gotta have shrine. Alright, shrine right here. And then we'll put the pack station like next to that. Let's see if that... Yep. Maybe we'll even move it over just a slight bit. Cool. I'm feeling like that's going to look pretty good. Ooh, a marketplace could be kind of cool. I don't know. I like our market over here. That we already have a really cool marketplace that we worked on over here with like we have the flowers and it's like right up next to the lake, and we got a shrine, water well, we got our central tree, which I was hoping that this tree would end up being like a really big tree, but it's like it's more of like a bush, I guess, but you know, it's the town tree. Like, I really like the market area that we have over here, but that is a really good idea though. I really like the idea of having the market or some market stalls like over here too. That could be really cool. we got a cool little setup though, I think. With the stuff that we placed here. I think that's going to look good once we kind of get this going.
Don't be shy, good sir.
Oh, corpse pit? Yeah, corpse pit would really tie the whole thing together, huh? Yeah, I was thinking maybe flower gardens inside the walls. I don't know, though. I'm thinking like outside the walls, like right here, could be cool. You know what I mean? I think it would be cool if if we didn't already have like this whole fencing situation. Some like pastures with some sheep or whatever could be cool as well within like this outer area of the castle or whatever. Yeah, the castle's looking cool. I like how it's looking, yeah. Who needs water during a siege? That's right. We don't need a water well. Oh yeah, we have a fish pond. Can you be a fisherman? I got you. You can be a fisherman. I got you on that. I got you. There we go, Zira. Zira is now our head fisherman. Most Smarties has officially relinquished his post as head fisherman. We have a new head fisherman. Zira's in charge now. We're relying on you.
Come one, come all. Feast your eyes on our fine fish. Impossible. Keep your heart warm and your home cozy.
Fields of gold. Yeah, I got you, Zira. Yeah, I think it would be cool too if there was like some like fields inside here or whatever too, you know what I mean? But
Firewood.
like a little wheat patch or something like that. But I don't know, I think it's gonna look cool with like the little buildings that we have here. I guess the actual manor, or yeah, the actual main area is a little empty-ish. But I don't know. Should we really add anything like in this area? I don't really think so, right? That's for official military purposes. Oh, we could put a tax office, huh? The tax office all the way against the cliff. Protected from robbers and heathens. Oh, I can't upgrade the tax office? Oh, the tax office looks so measly in comparison with the other buildings. Tax office will have to go out front then. Tax office looking lame. We could put that over here. I don't think we need... We already have some other cool buildings. The tax office is basically just another regular looking building. I guess like all the way in the back over here might not be bad. Something like that. Maybe if we put this like... What if we put the tax office kind of like all the way in the back here? And then... we made like a little, like this is like a house or whatever, and then like a little flower bed area right next to it or something like that. Make Snap to Road great again. Okay. know, something like that, I guess. And then we'll, you know, put flax or whatever in these. A little... This is like a, you know, as if it was someone's house or whatever. Like a... Not the Lord, but one step down from the Lord. Who would that be? This is Bath's house, I guess. The Assistant Lord. For all my Office fans out there, the assistant to the Lord. Oh no, the royal tax increased. Oh no. What will we do? I don't like this being like a square. Or, you know, not quite a square, but you know what I mean. Let's go more like that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. That's cool. Maybe we should just make this one a little longer, and then we'll be good. Okay, I think that's going to be cool. Flax it up. Let's assign a someone to plant the flax. Alright, so we'll have a little Bath's residence back here. He'll have some little flower gardens and then some other stuff going on here. But Bath's not allowed, he's not going to be allowed like in the main castle area, but he can be out in like the, you know, like the, and he's got his little corner over here. Gotta keep him happy. Would we buying some stone? We are. We have a, we are continuously buying stone. Yeah, we're continuously importing rough stone. And, yeah, we got that going on. We're importing and we're producing the stone. In the meantime.
Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Fine selection.
Cool, yeah, so we got Smithy, we got tax office. We got the non-functional tax office, aka Bath's house.
Poor quality, he said.
Yeah, the steward Bath. Would that be the title, actually, though? I don't actually know. I guess that sounds right, though. Steward is like one down from Lord or whatever. No one puts baby in the corner. That's right. I'm sorry, Bath.
Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies.
I want this hitching post to be
Come one, come all. Feast your eyes on our fine
like
selection.
that, where it has the roads connecting to both of those sides. Or why does it automatically turn like that? I don't like that. I guess I'll just have it connected on this side only then. It like automatically turns the connection point. That's so weird. Why is the connection point not going where it shows the connection point? Don't answer that. I don't want to know.
Well, perhaps it was
There we go.
simply a bad batch. These things do happen.
There we go. We'll make it work. We make it work.
Well, perhaps it was simply a bad batch. Well, these things do happen. Simply a
There we go.
These things do happen.
Steward is the guy in charge after the Lord. Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, we'll make him Steward Bath.
You'll not find finer wares.
You built a castle around your city after that family started to do curious things. I can only imagine.
Look here.
I would ask to be the servant in the manor. But they got 86. Oh, true, yeah. That's right. Well, wait, we can... You can be a retainer if you want. But yeah, you can't be a servant. That's funny. I know exactly what you mean. Oh, a bailiff. So is it a steward or a bailiff? Is it bailiff bath? I mean, that does sound kind of... That has a nice ring to it, right? Bailiff bath? That has a nice ring to it compared to steward bath. Bailiff bath, right? I mean, that's pretty official. Okay. We got the framework here. And, yeah, it might be, like, a really stupid idea to, like, commit to all of this all at once, but now I'm, like, kind of don't want to change anything, you know? I feel like we should have a road to this garrison tower. Okay. Okay, so what we just need a ton more. We can produce mortar, and then we just need a bunch more dress stone. But let's get some mortar going here. Lime kiln. You want to be in the retinue? I got you. Ah. Mole rat. I know. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. We got autosave going. Don't worry. We're good. We're good.
Don't be shy.
So it depends on the region. Interesting. So bailiff and steward, those are all regional. I see. Okay.
You'll not find finer wares anywhere else.
Bailiff was the Lord's trusted representative, tasked with administering the day-to-day affairs of the town. They played a crucial role in enforcing the Lord's commands, managing the manorial court, and collecting rents and dues from the townspeople. Interesting. Steward is good, better than groom of the stool. Fair enough. That's funny. Bath steward. Interesting. Steward is literally is the guy that runs the Lord's estate. It's administrative. Okay, so sounds like either one will work, I guess. But yeah, what title do you want, Bath? You want to be a steward or a bailiff? In your house over here, you got a private property, private residence, gated community.
Firewood.
Let's turn this into a stable. Sort of a mule. Just so we have, it looks cool. We got like livestock in here and stuff.
Keep your hearth warm and your home cozy.
Okay, so we're gonna need a bunch of the dress stone, obviously, which we're working on. We have a bunch right now. We have 69. All right, lime kiln. We're gonna get. I think we only need 40 mortar. Yeah, we only need 40 mortar, so that's not too bad. So we'll just do a production limit 40. All right, cool. So now we're chilling. We're getting the materials that we need. We have all of our regular stuff going, fishing, yada yada, bread, etc. Okay, so we have a bunch of shoes now. Let's also start selling shoes, and we also did get a third horse. So we'll get a third trader assigned, and then we'll go commodities, shoes, export, and we only need like, I don't know, 40 shoes, for example. Sell the rest of those. Selling that as we continue to import stone. But they're producing a pretty good rate. We're already up to 85 now. And we're making the mortar that we need. So we're making good progress. I mean, it already kind of looks cool, to be honest, with like, even without the walls. Got like a little area coming along there, but it's going to look really cool, obviously, once we get that all set. Yeah, it's actually not too many building materials, right? I mean, it could have been worse. It's a good thing it's not your other handle naked mole rat. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be going into battle with no clothing or armor or anything, huh? Dude, the sheep are slowly taking over our town. We had just a few sheep here in this fence, and now they're taking over this fence, and now they're taking over this fence. Soon the sheep are going to be taking over all of our fences. The sheep are rising up. Hey, maybe let's take a book out of Smarty's playbook and sell some of these sheep, huh?
Well, perhaps it was simply a bad bet. These things do happen from time to time.
We don't need any more logging right now. Sell the sheep. Get him out of here. So we're done on barley, so let's move this person to the forger hut. Probably should have done that earlier in the year, obviously, but you know, we got plenty of food or whatever. It's not a big deal. And we have our sheep farm too that we haven't staffed yet either for getting the wool from the sheep that are here, but. Maybe we could just build a couple more houses. We could use a few more workers, I guess. Let's build a couple more houses. Back here in the suburbs.
Come one, come all. Feast your eyes on our fine selection.
The selling the sheep doesn't take away from the trading station since it uses... Oh, right, yeah, like it doesn't take away from your regular trade operations or whatever, because it's like its own separate thing. Yeah, absolutely. It says imports livestock, but I'm hoping that means export livestock. Shut the... It might take offense. Offense? That's funny. Ay. Psh. Baths here with the dad jokes. Hope those sheep might take offense. Oh. They should work naked mole rats into the game. Maybe they could be housed in the tax office. You can hang out with a bailiff Bath. Yeah, everyone's hopped up on me, dancing around the maypole, dude. Honestly, who knows what's possible. The bug where AI wouldn't rally its militia units when the player attack has been solved for the next patch. Oh, okay. Cool. Sheep doing what sheep do, finding interesting ways to kill themselves, dude. They're always getting into mischief, these sheep, dude, I tell ya. Now we got a couple more people to move into the town here. Might as well get some wool from the sheep while we have them. But we're exporting the sheep. Get out of here. Our fences have been... They're being overrun. We have enough influence to claim another region, by the way. We can go ahead and do that, too. Just for kicks. But we have a harvest window coming up, so we'll focus on that here real quick. Harvest window. And yeah, we're getting these construction materials coming in pretty quick. We're done with the we got the mortar that we need. Yep. Get rid of that. I guess we'll leave the lime kiln there, but we don't really need it, but whatever. Okay, so we have a harvest window like we said. So we're gonna free up labor here in just a sec. Let's also pause these fields so they don't harvest this flax. We just want to leave these here for the flowers. Cool. Alright, and then we're going to get ready for our sweep of harvest here. September's right around the corner. So we'll get these guys back for now, and we'll have these guys do the exporting again during the winter. But for now, let's get the staff available for the farming tasks that we need to do here. Anyone else that we can free up temporarily? Yeah, it's Tannery and Weaver. We can grab them temporarily. Alright, cool. That'll be good. Let's also order a, I'm just going to order like some horses just for aesthetic or whatever, so they're hanging out over here at the stable. Alright, so our farming tasks are, we got a September window coming in here. Farming go time. Seems to be a limit on the trading station capacity. Yeah, well. No surprise, I guess. During the summer, the retinue can wear Speedos. Oh, man. I don't know if we can have Info Rat still on the retinue. We got questionable decisions being made here. Alright, we'll change these. Let's do wheats. Couple wheats there. Let's switch this one to barley. And maybe flax here. Let's do this one barley and then this one flax. Flax. Rye. Flax. Let's do another barley there since we have other flax over here. And rye. Alright, cool. Those are going to be good. So they should be finishing up with that. And then we should be getting in some apples and pears here as well. So we got a large operation going on here for the autumn window with between our orchards and our farming and stuff like that. Getting all that going. Are they going to add horses and cavalry anytime soon? Well, that's a very good question. Unfortunately, it's not looking very optimistic in that regard, so... I made a whole video about, yeah, like the upcoming updates that they announced and talking about horses and cavalry and stuff specifically. So if you're interested in hearing more of my thoughts about that, you can check out that video. I'll link it here if you want, if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't really seem like that's on the horizon anytime soon. If you haven't seen that video, I linked it there in the chat. Is there a doc somewhere that outlines how much food each improvement creates per month per year? Potentially, like on the forums or something like that, but also I'm not really sure what you mean by like improvements. I guess, do you mean like the food, like perks, like origin perks, or like the environmental affinities or something like that? But just so you know, even like without any like spreadsheet or anything, you shouldn't really need anything like that as far as like to see what your stuff is efficient wise, because you can go select any production building and go to the, like for example, the general tab here, and then you're going to have an efficiency option here. So if you like scroll over the efficiency tab right here, it'll give you like a breakdown of like any positives or negatives that are affecting the efficiency. So for example, here we can see how much impact we are gaining from the pollination environmental affinity, for example, right? So, you know, you can do this on any production building.
You'll not find finer wares anywhere else.
Or, you know, you should be able to do this on any production building, but most of them do have this tab right here, so that'll show you what actual like effect you're getting from anything, you know what I mean? Just that the pipeline is long, yeah. That's one way to put it, I guess. You had a trader die on the bridge? No! No. No.
Come on.
They're man-eaters. That's tough. Don't armor up the retinue. Yeah, give what you can, at least helmet. Yeah, the helmets aren't too bad. See, the problem with, like, also with, like, providing all the armor and stuff to the militia is that, I mean, first of all, the armor's like a whole, it's like a whole thing, like, to get it and stuff, but then they also need to be living on, like, upgraded plots and stuff, too, right? Like, they need to be, they can only wear helmets if they're on level 1, then if you upgrade them to level 2, then they can wear, I think, the gambesons, then if you upgrade to level 3, then they can wear the, like, the actual mail armor or whatever, but yeah, it's pretty tough to get them all completely equipped and everything. Found if you create a funnel with the orchards and block the road with fully upgraded retinue, you can take out 4 raiders with no loss. Oh my gosh, I see what you're saying. So you use you're essentially you do something like this where you make like a choke point with like a narrow pathway by using the houses like that. That is very interesting. There you go. That's a dude. Info Mole Rat with the tech, as always. Dude, that's crazy.
Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies.
Yeah, what kind of pop your current gardens and pens can support? Yeah, I mean, see, it's just so tough to like. See, the thing is, Alex, it's just like there's so many variables, you know. Because every single region is going to be different as far as like the layout between like meadow and woodland, and then you know you've got different variables with like you know how your town is laid out and the efficiency and the logistics and all that kind of stuff, and so there's like so many variables, so it is really hard to, you know, I don't know if there's really any way to just like have like a one size fits all like spreadsheet or whatever, but honestly, I find that as long as you're utilizing the resources like that you have, you should always have at least 1 or 2 like gatherable food resources, and then if you have at least 1 or 2 like large backyard areas for like veggies and or apples. You know, I mean, as you saw earlier, when we started this, we had like 22 months of food, and then we've been like sacrificing some of it and selling some of it and whatever, and we still have like 14 months worth of food. So, you know, the food production generally will be like pretty high, I feel, in most situations, as long as you have a, you know, like a decent setup. But, you know, there's just a lot of variables there, I guess. But yeah, you know, you can definitely check, like I said, check the efficiency, and then you can get an idea for like how much yield you're getting. So like if I'm thinking like, oh, how much apples am I getting from this orchard? We can just, once again, we can see the efficiency here, but then we can also go to the yield and see like, okay, this orchard here has produced 66 apples for me in the last year. You know what I mean? So then you can kind of get an idea based on that as well. You know what I mean? And you can also always go to the records tab here, and then you can go to resources, and then you can, of course, just kind of, I don't know, you can go to the food and, I don't know, do like carrots and wheat bread and whatever, and you can kind of get an idea of, you know, production versus consumption or whatever you want to do. So there are some tools that are available right now, to be honest. But yeah, as far as like a spreadsheet, or I don't know personally, but there might be one, like on the forums or something, community forums or something like that. I've been trying to avoid any. I personally feel that, and you know, everyone's obviously free to, you know, do whatever, but I personally feel that it's not necessarily worth it to like invest too much time and energy right now into like looking up, you know, detailed specifics like that on like, you know, how much, you know, these modifiers do and all this kind of stuff, because like chances are you're gonna, you know, spend a lot of time and energy learning that, and then next month they're gonna be like, hey, we decided to completely change this entire system. So I would personally recommend not investing too much time and energy into like, you know, those really detailed specifics, as long as your town's running fine. But obviously, you know, whatever works, to each their own, right? But yeah, it looks like we're pretty much done with our farming tasks here, so we can go ahead and reassign other stuff that we were working on, such as the weaver, tannery, malt house. We're done with foraging for the season or the year or whatever. We'll go back to our livestock exporting. Very good, very good. We're up to 100, so we're actually getting pretty close. We only need like 241, so we're at 168 out of 241 for the dress stone. So yeah, we're getting close. Very nice. Making good progress. Castle will be underway very soon. Yeah, who needs castles when you have orchards, dude? Yeah, you can just make like choke points with the orchards. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I hadn't thought about that technique. That's definitely an interesting one. The yeah, no worries, senior. Senior Slaphead, yeah. The battle AI seems very rudimentary at the moment. Each enemy units 100%, dude. Yeah, that's part of the that's one of the major sore points, definitely for me. The combat, like the state of the combat in this game is, I'm sorry, but it's garbage. Like the state of the combat in this game right now is just it's a joke. Like the AI of like in combat situations literally used to be significantly better than it is now. I know, like Info Morek, and I know he said the same thing and stuff. Like, that's another example of like they are literally going backwards. Like, the combat used to be, it literally used to be significantly better than it is now, which is just utterly disappointing. But I've pretty much now I don't even really yeah, I don't really do combat scenarios now. I'm pretty much just kind of like into the whole aesthetic thing. That's like the only part of this game that actually like doesn't rely on like bugs and stuff, is just making like a nice looking town. I mean, there is some like buggy stuff that can, you know, like with the sheep fences or whatever, I guess. But yeah, like the combat situation is just it's a joke. Like I've literally I can't even tell you guys how many hours I've spent. Like I've tried to make videos for like even that one that I did for like the restoring the peace on challenging. Like I can't even tell you guys how many times I had to I probably spent at least like 10 hours like just to get like a 2 hour section done, because I would get like an hour and a half into it and then encounter some stupid bug with the combat or whatever, and you know, or whatever it was. It's ridiculous. Like it's completely ridiculous. And you can even see it there. I know I was like, it ended up working out pretty good. I got like a, you know, a good run in, but like, I mean, you can see it there even at the end, like when I'm doing the battles there, like the final battle with the Baron, whatever it is. Like, yeah, he sends in like one band of mercenaries at a time, or one band of what, one company of whatever at a time, and they just don't really do anything. Like it's super not engaging. It's just, it sucks. So yeah, very, very unfortunate. Trade rework incoming, by the way, right? In any case, with Rich Iron, have 5 fully armored militia. What else are you gonna do with all that iron? True, dude. You're that's good though. Your militia are protected. You don't want those guys dying in battle, dude. In theory, they're gonna standardize all the production ratio, so last 30 days for everything as opposed to summer for a month. Or right? Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, makes sense. Yeah, 100%. Question is, how much popular CPU can support it? True. Thought the entire endgame is about equipping your soldiers in max armor. Without it, it's a bit unclear what else to do other than... Yeah, see, honestly, right now, Alex, like, honestly, there is no endgame right now. The endgame in Manor Lords right now is what you make of it, right? There is no incentive. They destroyed our incentive to upgrade our towns past literally level 1. Like you build 5 houses and you're like, great, I've already peaked. I've literally already reached the maximum that I'm gonna get out of my town after you build 5 houses. That's it. So you have no more incentive to level up your town, and then mercenaries are just broken. So there's really no point in like, you know, making militia and getting them armored up and stuff too either. So, but of course you can do all that, right? That's why, you know, I usually end up doing like more like self-imposed challenges and stuff like that, just to kind of keep it interesting and, you know, kind of account for those sort of weird behaviors or whatever in the game. But yeah, like, to be honest with you, right now there is no end game in Manor Lords. It's just what you make of it, right? So like for me, that's why I've been trying to do more of this, like the end game is more just like having an awesome town, you know, that looks really cool, and you know, just kind of enjoying the process of like making the town and you know, the aesthetics and stuff. But yeah, it's really just what you make of it, I guess, at the end of the day right now, you know. The last couple games you played, the AI is not building a town. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have to change the setting? Probably not. It's probably just that's just the state of the game right now. I don't know what to say. Yeah, the AI used to be better at combat. Yep. Yeah, now they'll send one troop at a time, and sometimes they don't even see you. They just run away and do. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I had a couple battles too where like, literally, like I had my whole army, and he just has troops just like, they just like run right past. Like I literally just like kill them, like without any. They don't even fight back or anything. Like it's just pathetic. Like seriously. And half the time you'll just literally lose the battle for no reason at all, like while you're in the middle of the battle. Like I've lost battles on my home region for no reason at all in the middle of the battle with all my troops in the region or in the battle location, and then you lose the battle and you lose the region and then you lose the game for no reason at all. Like that's not just like a little bug, like that's a game breaking bug, you know? And yeah, it's kind of like I literally remember making bug reports about the combat location whole system like legitimately a year, like almost 2 years ago. Like it's crazy. So, but whatever. I digress. We have almost the dress stone that we need. Really hope for improvements for the combat system. Yeah, I know, man. I don't know if it's like Age of Empires or Total War in the future, but it looks more like Age of Empires at the moment. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you can't really control like individual units like you can in Age of Empires, but I think I know what you mean, yeah. Surrounded by AI challenge. Yeah, sorry, I know I saw you post that in the Discord. I'll open up that save and see if I haven't tested it yet, but I'll see if I can open up that save and stuff, but yeah. How many birches do we have? We have 21? 21. So it's not too. We have like 100 pop. 100 population. So it's like a not too big of a town. Reasonably sized town. All right, we're almost there. 227 out of 241. Then we're gonna be committed for the long haul of building this thing, but it's gonna look cool, hopefully. Then Bath will finally have his private residence over here. Oh yeah, let's get this upgraded to tier 3. We gotta finish our lakeside, lakefront property over here. Property value skyrocketing. All the people in the suburbs are jealous. Yeah, one of the developers, Darren, did reply to. I've been posting. There is like a there's like a thread or whatever for that Darren made, who's one of the developers. Like asking for feedback on the the latest development update or whatever. I've been posting stuff in there. He replied to like one or two things that I posted, but I mean, I'll be honest, it's like the more they reply, the more I'm like, yeah, this is this is even worse than I thought, like to be honest. So it's very, very discouraging. I've been pretty down about it, but we're just trying to not let it like affect the channel and stuff, but we'll see. Alright, I think we have what we need. There we go. We're gonna commit. There it is. We're committed. We'll leave you assigned to the fishing, so Zira can stay on the fishing. Okay, we have plenty of. Okay, all that stuff's good. All right, so guess we don't have anything else for the Weaver right now. Take them off of that. And then we don't need, we're done with the stone, so let's stop importing stone. Okay. Alright, well, here we go. This will probably take forever, but we're in it now. Yeah, just asking because I feel like going smaller is better. Yeah, no, I'm 100% an advocate of that, Ned. 100%. I typically I really don't like having big towns. I really like and how you describe too. I like having the town smaller, and then basically the growth at a certain extent. I mean, obviously, you want to have, like a decent amount of housing or whatever. Like we've got 21 houses or whatever. But like now once I'm at kind of like this point, for me now, I'm thinking like pop growth at this point for me is going to be like when I'm leveling up houses to tier 3 and then we have more living spaces. It's not necessarily just going to be continuously adding more houses, right? More houses, more houses. Instead, it's more about upgrading the houses, right? And once again, it's not necessarily like we have any incentive to upgrade the houses, but other than, gaining the population, I guess, in that regard. But just in the sense of like you're talking about, yeah, like I like to keep the towns smaller, way more easy to manage, way more like efficient logistically, all that kind of stuff. And then the growth comes once you reach the stage of upgrading the houses, and then you get more living spaces naturally through that regard. That's definitely, I am right there with you on that approach. I think that is the best approach for sure. But once again, no one way, of course. Having a really big town or whatever is also really cool. But yeah, that's just like my preference, I guess, as far as like, I feel like then it gets kind of overwhelming. Make the towns like exceptionally large, beyond that. Oh, nice. Yeah, you were getting the AI to sell you stuff without the tariffs. Yeah, I remember you were saying that. If I have heard that, yeah, that you can. I think I've experimented with that a couple times too. You can do the trading with the AI and avoid the tariffs and stuff. That is pretty cool. So if they expand it like that kind of stuff, if they expand it on, cool. You know what I mean? That's cool. But once you have enough rough stone, make sure you turn off the import. Yeah, 100%. We turned it off. We turned it off. We're not buying any more rough stone. Do I comment much in the Steam discussions? Yeah, so like, yeah, I commented on the discussion, like the reply section or whatever for the dev update, and I also posted in the Manor Lords only channel in the Manor Lords Discord, and I also posted in the official thread where Darren was asking for the feedback about that directly. So yeah, I posted like in every single official place, yes. And I have been doing that for about 2 years now, so along with thousands of others. Although at this point, I'm starting to feel like it's just a waste of breath, Even though they specifically ask for the community feedback, they don't really seem to follow community feedback, which is starting to really piss me off, but not really sure what else to say about it. If you're at 30 burgages in your self-sustaining main town, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Counting out the 5. Right. Yeah, if you need for the... Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Manor Lord's decisions by committee is debilitating. I'm all for Lord Greg just deciding everything himself. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I mean, that's cool too, but you can't, like... I mean, if you go to the Manor Lords store page, like, what's the first thing that you see? It says, this game is in early access, and then it says, like, why is it in early access? And it says, well, we want community feedback because we want to make the game that the players want, and we want the community to be involved in the development process. It's literally what it says, like, right there on the first thing that you see on the store page. And in the Discord, every single, like, article that they post, they say we want community feedback. It's kind of... But yeah, who knows what even, I don't even know what Greg, I feel like he just kind of, man, he's like, I don't even know what his deal is anymore, man, but whatever. Don't forget to hold down tab, that's right, tab is bis. Yeah, you started playing recently and you're upset how they removed the old development tree. Yeah, 100%, right? The old development tree worked fine and it actually provided with us with incentive to level up our towns. So, I know, right? Crazy concept. It's like, yo, this is literally a city builder game and you stripped our incentive to level up our cities beyond having 5 houses constructed in a city builder game. I just it makes my brain hurt, to be honest. It's just really getting frustrating, but I feel like I need to stop talking about it because I'm just getting pissed off. So the vibes are depleting. All right. Well, we're in May. We're in spring of year 7. Uh. Okay. Construction is underway. I was trying to get horses here to this stable. Looks like there's none here right now. Look at the bright side. You didn't buy Star Citizen. Yeah. Well, did I? I don't know. Maybe I did. Starting to feel like maybe I did. Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, it does make sense that some of those things are standard now. It just, yeah. I know. I mean, I kind of feel like small holdings should be in a standard option if we're gonna be going that route. But well, hopefully this will end up looking cool. Yeah, who knows how long this will take. It'll probably take a long time, but I guess we have another harvest window coming up. So we'll take care of that, and then we're kind of just coasting until the castle gets put in. Have we actually been selling sheep? Oh yeah, looks like we made some money selling sheep. I don't know if we're selling them faster than they're repopulating, but there's still a bunch of sheep here. Oh yeah, they might be lambs, you're right. Yeah, you're definitely right. Yeah, I think you're right. They probably are lambs. Yeah, you're right. Good call. Let's get rid of all the lambs too. Creative Assembly has been trying to do it for 25 years in Total War, and still junk. Jeez. Well, that's definitely discouraging. Actually, we'll do the lamb exporting in a sec, because we got a September window coming up here, so we'll harvest, and then we'll have them go back to that. Get that, get the harvest taken care of here, and we're just still building the manor and all the usual stuff, but hopefully that'll get done in a reasonable amount of time, but it's probably going to take a while. The manor construction is it takes too long. Like, this is excessive. Like when we did it before too on the High Peaks one, to make the castle. I mean, we were literally sitting there for like an hour waiting for that thing to be done. It's just like, it's on the 12x speed, you know. It's just like, although Smarties was saying he could save and then reload, and then it was like, some of it was like constructed already. I don't know, we could try that. Wondering what problem they're trying to solve by overhauling the trade. Maybe the issue of being able to purchase from their region. Yeah. I mean, the objective answer is that there is no problem to be solved. They're just creating more problems. So. I don't like that the bakery only, like, they should, like, the communal oven, yeah, like, the communal oven actually works better than the bakery, because the bakery, like, whatever you tell it, like, production focus, like, they only make that. Like, they won't make wheat bread or rye bread unless we tell them, like, make rye bread. That's so stupid. Like, if you're telling them make wheat bread, and then there's no more wheat bread, but then, and there's no more wheat grain, but there's rye grain, like, make the rye bread. Like, if you put the communal oven and you tell them wheat, it sets that as like the priority, but then they'll still make both types of bread. So, like, why does the bakery operate differently than that? Makes no sense. So we've had all this rye flour sitting around for a while without having rye bread. Another thing we gotta micromanage. They've got to tweak all the trade values to create a new meta. I mean, they just did that. That's the thing, right? Like, they just tweaked all the trade values, like, literally 4 times in a row over between October and December. They did, like, 5 or 6 beta updates in a row, and they tweaked the trade values on almost every single item, like, multiple times for some of them. The bakers are passive-aggressive types, I guess, huh? What percentage of yearly family food needs is solved by 1 goat pen? That's a good question. Very little. So we can take a look here and see what have we gotten from the goats. Oh yeah, see this one's only showing us last 30 days, for example. So we can't really get an accurate representation, but I think you get like, it's like every 50 days or something like that, and you get like meat and or milk. Can't remember exactly, but it's probably like a third if I had to like take a guess. Like if you have 1 goat pen for 1 family, that's probably like a third of like the food that they're gonna like need overall. Like to, if they're, you know, to have food consistently. Now that's just a guess though. I don't think there's really any way to know unless we went and looked in the patch notes. And I mean, see, but the thing is, honestly, too, like some of the stuff they put in the patch notes is literally just not even accurate either. Like I've shown in some videos too, where like what it says in the patch notes and what it says on the tooltips is actually incorrect when we go and verify in the records tab, and the resources and whatever. So like that's the thing. It's just really hard to answer questions like that. There's like really no real way to know unless you like really like literally just like sit here and watch. But I'm gonna ballpark guess that it's probably like a third of what they need as a total. But I don't really know. So they must think there's a problem. They can't farm, can't upgrade to tier 2, can't upgrade to militia. Would you? Yeah, I know, right? I mean, that's exactly. I know, man. That's why it just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, this manor's going to take forever. We're barely up to 58. It got up to 50% once they brought the materials here, and then we're going like inching along with like 1% at a time. So what happens if we save and then load? What did that do? Oh, it like stopped the construction? So we have to like restart the construction now? Click commit, now we're frozen. Okay. Now we're unfrozen, now it's under construction, but everything looks like it's built. What's going on? I'm confused. 99%? Well, who knows? Maybe we did skip some of the construction portion. I don't know. Or maybe we ruined it. I don't know. 100%. Hmm. I wonder if that did skip some of the construction stuff. If this actually finishes here. Convert to salt, pigs, and sausages, and not just in the game. Yeah, you can't go wrong, dude. That sounds like a good diet. Yeah, in real life and in the game. Yeah, and in the game, dude, that's an extremely strong setup. It's one of the strongest setups. Oh, wow, so that did actually finish it. Okay, so I think that did bypass some of the construction time there, huh? Okay, cool. Well, there we go. We're in. Okay. Well, what do we think, guys? It looks pretty cool. It's definitely a pretty cool castle, I think. I mean, that looks pretty sick, like that.
Carrots.
Nice.
Cabbages, turnips.
Kodak moment. Well, I'm actually surprised that actually worked out. Good tip, Smarties. Yeah, we were actually able to bypass some of the construction time there. That would have taken forever otherwise. Mercenaries, you can hire accounts.
You'll not find finer wares anywhere else.
Yeah, the mercenary system is like way too easy to take advantage of, you know? Asking us an honest question we're probably trying to solve. Yeah, I mean, I don't personally have any answer.
Find finer wares
I don't think
anywhere
they
else.
even have an answer for that, man. Well,
Don't be shy, good sirs and
well,
ladies.
their answer is that it's because they jumped the gun on taking out the old development system. Now they have this new development system that people are like, what the heck? Finish the new development perks, and they're like, okay. And then they got to the second one and they realized, oh, we want to do trade perks, so let's overhaul the trade system. So that's what they're trying to solve is the development
Don't be
perks.
shy, good sirs and ladies.
And supposedly their vision of the trade thing ties into that or whatever. So that is the answer from their point of view. From my point of view, very different answer, but
Well, perhaps it was
yeah, very good early income from salt. Yeah, absolutely. Pigs get you with food home. And then it's a sausage fest. Absolutely. No, that's like an S tier setup in my opinion. Yeah, fertility is going to be is like number one, absolutely top
firewood.
S tier.
Step right up and sample.
But then the next best setup in my opinion is rich salt. Yeah, for the sausages and salt and stuff. Yeah. No, it's all good, Smarties. That's how it all comes around, goes around, you know? Yeah, mercenaries are using it. You have so many cars that so many mercenaries the cars don't even fit on the battle UI or whatever. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've been there. Nice though. Well, I think this looks really cool. I'm happy with how the castle came out, and we've got our nice little outside area. We've got Baff's residence right here. Oh, Baff would just leave the door wide open, huh? This is... How is anyone supposed to get in here? Is Baff a midget? Anybody home? What's going on here? Baff, you need to renovate your house, dude. This is kind of... looking a little run down. Alright, yeah, so it is cool having some of the buildings and stuff within the walls. Yeah, farms are a lot of... Yeah, farming is like, fertility is the best setup, but it's also, like, the most work. The most amount of, like, investment and the most, like, labor and all that investment, yeah. 100%. Yeah, the prices on trade goods will change, yeah. So you can, like, overflood the market, basically. Like, if you sell too much of one item. Oh, come on, man. Let me through. Come on. Alright, well, we'll pretend we just entered the castle area. This looks really nice. Look at that. Yeah, that looks badass right here. Really cool. Alright, the castle area did come out pretty good, I think. Yeah, I've done a couple runs of the no mercenary, like militia only. And it is possible, but I mean you need to like expand really fast. Or you need to have like a large map or have the Baron not on aggressive or something like that. Because it takes time. You need to have... You can't really battle the Baron just with like one region. One region, even if you make it like pretty big and you have like 3 full sets of militia and then like 1 retinue, that's like probably not going to be enough to face the Baron's full army. Plus he's going to have 3 sets of mercenaries because he's going to have access to the full mercenary pool. So you need like a really large army to battle the Baron. And so if you're doing militia only, you really realistically need to have like at least 2 or 3 regions by the time you're battling the Baron. So you need to have, yeah, it's like, I wasn't able to really do it unless the Baron was on like non-aggressive or it was a bigger map or something like that. And then, you know, I got to the point where like, I got pretty far in and then it encountered the battle bugs or whatever. And so I kind of just gave up on trying to do that video. Which is unfortunate because it was a really cool idea. Just, not really feasible. I really like how this looks, though. I like this castle area. I think this came out really good. Yeah, heck yeah. Very nice. Let's see what it looks like walking through from the front of the town. Little stroll from the entrance of the town. Yeah, so you cannot, just to be clear, you cannot build anything inside the walls after you've placed the manor. Like, just to reiterate, like, these walls, these are not meant to be town walls. We were promised town walls in June of 2024. Town walls still don't exist. So, like, these walls here, they're only meant for the manor. So if you put these walls around other stuff, or if you try to put stuff within the walls after they're placed or whatever, you're probably going to run into issues or you're not going to be able to do it or whatever. Because these walls are only meant, they're really only meant for the manor specifically.
Firewood. Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes on our You'll not find finer wares.
Beating the Baron, but you had an unfair advantage of a long bridge in the way and you bottlenecked him. Oh, well, that's not an unfair advantage. That's good though. You use the using the terrain. You remember trying to switch to spectator mode mid-combat? The game crashed and now that save file is unusable. Nice. Yep, well, that's really disappointing to hear. Yeah, I haven't had any. Well, they never experienced any crashes until the recent patches. We're definitely making progress. I'm gonna lose my mind, I think, if it's not already lost. That does look really cool, though. I like that. And that is a really cool effect with like the layered of like the outer walls being like the smaller wood walls and then the stone walls on the inner and stuff. That's definitely a really cool look. Everything came together really well here.
Keep your hearth warm and your home cozy.
See how high you can get the approval with only level 1 houses? Yeah, I was gonna say I thought 75% was the max. I didn't even know you could go above 75%, to be honest.
These things do happen from time to time.
Well, I guess maybe if you have like a perk, an origin perk for the militia or whatever. The Smiths of Passau. Yeah, downloading patches to fix the patch that broke the patch. Yeah. Something like that. Do people bother with coal to use less of their forest? Yeah.
You'll not find
I mean, I just use coal as like a a trade item, but yeah, it's definitely like obviously the most efficient like fuel source. So
Don't be shy, good sirs.
always a good idea.
Perhaps it was simply a bad batch.
Always a good idea to utilize
Things do
coal.
happen from time to time.
Oh, well, we got some shoes.
Firewood,
Oh, that's cool. I like.
vegetables so fresh, you'll swear they was picked this very morning.
See, these details are fantastic. We got the like shoe. Look at these
Come
shoes.
one, come all. Feast your eyes on our Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies.
Really nice detail here in the market stalls and everything. Fantastic.
Firewood, firewood. Vegetables, get your daily dose of greens.
Get your
Healthy
daily
and
dose of
hearty.
greens. Healthy and hearty.
Firewood. Poor quality, he said.
Nice. Nice snow vibe there with the castle and everything. Cool. Really nice. And we got our tier 3 lakefront housing over here. I mean, that's pretty sick. Look, I mean, we got our. It'll probably look even nicer like in spring or whatever with the orchards coming in, but
Come one,
we got our tier 3 lakeside housing over here with the church, the mountains in the background, the big lake, the castle on the cliffside and everything.
turnips,
I mean, this is starting to look pretty nice.
vegetables so fresh, you'll swear they was picked this very morning. Finer wares anywhere else.
I like the vibe of this town. Yeah, once again, guys, we're on Lake Lemm. A couple of you guys suggested this. Top left region of Lake Lemm. Really cool spot. Not sure if because your drivers were updated. They're not holding their shields. Oh yeah. That's no. I've noticed that too. Yeah. The images of the retinue when you're like on the upgrade screen or whatever are broken. Yeah, see, like the shield will just be like floating there. If you move them around, if you do that, then it'll reset it. But then the shield will just, wherever you leave it, the shield just stays put. And then you can see like the guy's, like he has his like idle animation. But this shield, there should be in Unreal Engine, there's like, these are all skeletons. So there's like a skeletal mesh under here. And so the weapon and the shield are obviously not attached. There needs to be sockets in the skeletal mesh here. which obviously they failed to implement or whatever. This is another thing that used to work just fine and doesn't work anymore. So yeah, you'll notice that on the retinue screen. That's definitely not just you. We didn't put flowers around the castle, but we put flowers. We put a little flower bed area inside the castle next to Bath's house. So once the snow goes away, we'll be able to see those. But we could also put some flowers like here, like on the outside of the walls and stuff. That might be kind of cool too. It's enjoyable to watch with any video of a regular walkthrough. It doesn't even have to have challenge for it to be enjoyable to watch. Yeah, absolutely. The aesthetic appeal and like graphic, the immersion of like the graphics and the aesthetic appeal is second to none. Yeah, right. Like they could literally close up shop right now and they would still be absolutely top of the field in as far as like the immersive graphics and like the textures of all this stuff. Like I mean, this is great. I mean, look at these walls, dude. You know, like look at the texture on the stone and like look at this. Like the detail here is just unbelievable. Like it's so good, you know. And just all around, right? Everywhere you look, like it's just incredible. You know, we got these amazing, the sunrises, the sunsets, the light reflects off the water. We've got these amazing textures, the everything is so amazingly immersive. And yeah, absolutely, there's no question about that. Yeah. So that's good. That's good to hear, though, Hans. Yeah, absolutely. It's enjoyable to watch and enjoy the experience. And yeah, it's so satisfying in that regard. There's no question about that. Yeah. Always have to change your retinue to poleaxes. Yeah, and warhammers and shields. Yeah, why would you use anything else? Yeah, that sounds pretty badass. Yeah, we can put some flower beds here on the outer areas too. Why not, huh? Why not? If it'll let us. Make road placement tool great again. This is another thing that's suffered drastic decline. Road tool used to be way better. Okay, there we go.
Finer wares anywhere else.
There we go. Here they come. They're plowing. Here comes our farmer. Look at that ox go, dude. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I mean that does look incredible. This castle right here. I really like how this castle came out. To be honest, I think this is a cool little setup right here. A cool little design.
Cheated him? Never. Perhaps he simply
Hey, Kenny Madsen. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good weekend.
Firewood.
A moat of beautiful blue flowers. How quaint. There we go. That's right.
Look here.
Cheated him? Never. Perhaps he simply does not know how to.
All right, Beth. How do you feel about your residence? Dude, you got a tree growing through your house, dude. We need an arborist over here. It's a quaint little residence. I mean, I'd be happy to live there if I was in medieval times. Bath's got it made. He's got a little garden. He's got his own little private residence. He's fenced off from the rest of the serfs. This guy's living large. Ever seen when Britain turned the moat around Tower of London into a sea of red poppies?
Impossible.
No, is that for the Veterans Day or whatever though? I know the red poppies is like for the Veterans Day, right? I'll have to look that up. That sounds really interesting. Oh my gosh. No.
Step right up and sample.
Boo Niners. Yeah, no, we're not getting rid of Clint Kubiak. He's been killing it, dude. Whenever I watch the yeah, the poppies are for the Veterans Day. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, nice.
Quality, see?
That's really cool. I'll have to look that up. I have not heard of that when they turned it into like the sea of poppies. I'll have to look that up. That sounds really cool. Along the lines, yeah, one poppy for everyone that had died in the war. Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. I'll have to look that up for sure. Very cool. I only know that because in like when I watch, Premier League or whatever, I don't know what the like day or month is, but I remember there's always a time, some time of the year where they have like they wear like the poppies on they have like a special badge or whatever, and they like come out and lay a wreath and stuff like that. Dude, this is like a screenshot right here, dude. Gotta get this screenshot, dude. Look at that. No, we're not getting rid of Clint Kubiak, dude. Every time I hear like the last game or whatever, whenever it's like Tom Brady commentating on the Seahawks game, he's always praising Clint Kubiak. So I'm like, all right, if Tom Brady likes him, he must be good. So we hopefully we don't get rid of him. Oh, it's on November 11th. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. I always remember when they do that in the Premier League matches or whatever. It's really cool. Really nice, classy gesture, We've almost eradicated all sheeps and lambs from our territory. Almost. We're getting down to the last few. Well, I'm really happy with how this came out, to be honest. I think this castle setup looks really cool. The flowers outside are almost in. I wanted a horse to be here. I guess we still haven't gotten one to be there. Let's order another one. Armistice Day, that's the name of it. Yeah, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, different date in the USA. Yeah, for sure. Right. Yeah, we have a different, like, Veterans Memorial Day or whatever, yeah. Yeah, that poppy, the thing with the poppies, though, is really cool. So, when we did that thing where we, like, skipped part of the manor construction uh, waiting time or whatever, it looks like it also didn't use the materials. Like, did we just cheese this manor construction? Because look, we still have all the dress stone and the mortar and everything. So I guess we inadvertently completely cheesed this manor construction. We didn't use any construction materials, and then we bypassed the construction time too, just by saving and then reloading while it was mid-construction. So add that to the list, I guess, huh? I mean, okay. Yeah, we literally we literally only made 40 mortar, and we only imported enough dress stone. It was 241 dress stone, so like we literally have all the construction materials. It didn't even use a single construction material for this entire castle. Which is, you know, cool, but also not cool. Okay. Singles Day in China, it's their Black Friday. Yeah, more to sell, I guess. Now we just resell the dress stone, I guess, huh? I mean, we got tons of money now. We're rich. We got nothing to spend it on. I guess last thing next what we can do now is claim this region and then try to build a bridge. The Great Bridge. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we use cheese as a material. It's another one of the mystery materials in the game, huh? Let's see if we can connect to this region over there. Oh, that's a nice angle right here too, huh? That looks cool. Wow. Yeah, I'm really liking the vibe of that castle there on the cliff's edge and the way we set it up and everything. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, we need a bridge to nowhere. Yeah, we gotta get more out of cheese. Let's check in on the tavern. What's going on over here at the tavern? Everybody staying in line over here? Any disorderly conduct at the tavern? Looking good, looking good.
And your home cozy.
Alright. We claimed Man Black. Can we actually build a bridge now? No? Do we also need this other region to be able to build across? I would assume maybe that's the case, huh? Maybe because there's a neutral region in between, I guess it won't let us. Everyone knows cheese floats. Castle does look grand. Honestly, I really like it. It's got a little Helm's Deep influence going into the rocks. You enjoying your residence over here, Beth? Your private residence? Yeah, we have like 1,000 planks. Whoops. These are all nice views right here. But yeah, we have plenty of planks. Yeah, it says it costs 470. We have 1,000 planks, so it must be that you need to own the other region, I guess. But Yeah, we gotta, dude. I know that'd be cool if they let us have like events. I've heard that brought up many times too, like hold like a festival or whatever kind of thing. Yeah, that'd be sick if we could have like some sort of like a festival or something that we could have in the castle area. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I think we need that middle region too, huh? Oh well. Yeah, you gonna have us over for some tea or what? At your
Come one,
we're
come
gonna
all.
we're gonna have
Feast
to
your
have
eyes on a
MTV
fine
Cribs
section.
come through and give a showcase on Bath's residence over here. Super cool though. Really happy with how that came out. Well, this town is looking really good. Functions really well. All that. Trying to find where's the best view of all. I mean, this is definitely probably, I don't know. There's a few good, really good angles. Town's looking really nice though. And yeah, we got a nice little. I still, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but this like the just like the fences up against the like cliffside with the fields and everything, and now that we have like the castle up there and everything, I don't know why, but like this whole aesthetic with like the fenced cliffside and the I don't know, it's just like so pristine for whatever reason. I would live here in this town. I mean, this is a pretty nice town, dude. You guys having tea and crumpets? Yep, they need to add the cider and the mead. Yep, I know. Cider and mead have been on in the game, but not like the tooltip has been in the game, but the actual item has not existed in the game for literally months, like months after months after months. That should be a absolute top priority, yes, because
Freshly baked, still warm from the oven.
that's one of the most common, like questions or
Don't be
concerns that I
shy,
see.
good sirs and ladies.
Is that people have a hard time, supplying the ale to their towns, in particular if they don't have, rich fertility.
Step right up and sample.
So yeah, I mean it's like, yeah, cider and mead should be necessary, and they've had like the pieces for the puzzle have been there the whole time. Like we've had
Vegetables, get your daily dose of
apples,
greens.
apples and honey have existed in this game since day one.
Find your home coat.
Apples and honey have existed since day one. Like. Literally, all they have to do is add another production building. And yeah,
Carrots, cabbages, turnips.
feels like not too much to ask for a reasonable time frame expectation, but here we are. All right, Robert, take it easy, dude. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Yeah, the apple trees always look cool when they have the nice flower or, colored leaves and flowers and stuff blossoming. Mead would be too quick. You have to wait ages for apples and pears. Well, just to clarify, I don't think you'll be able to make like cider from pear. I think it'll only be from apples exclusively. But I mean, you do get some apples like on the first or second harvest. You just don't get as many, but you do get some. But the apiaries have a pretty slow production rate too. So, but I mean, mead and cider are like mead is coming, or I don't know, was coming. But yeah, mead and cider should be able to make cider from apples and mead from honey. Yeah, it's been on the the in-game resource wiki list for
Keep your hearth warm and your home cozy.
a very long time. So right here, mead, cider.
Bread, freshly baked, and still warm from the oven.
Cider made from pears. Oh yeah, who knows? Maybe they will add that too. I have no idea. That'd be interesting. More options, the better, basically.
Bread, freshly baked, and still warm from the oven.
Yeah, crumpets is one of the new resources coming in the patch, yeah. Right. Can't get buzzed on pear cider? Is that a thing? So is pear cider? I've never heard of that though. What was it? Perry? Yeah, Perry. So is that actually alcoholic? Dude, candles. Yes, I want candles, man. I've been begging for candles since like, yeah, so long, man. I think the candle we've had wax in the game since day one. Let us use the wax. The wax has been a completely useless resource in the game since day one. Very easily could just add a candle maker, and they already have all these lighting effects. They already have, as you can see on the charcoal burner and various other buildings, they already have lighting effects that they could just simply add to like lamps or torches or something that we could place around the town for nighttime. Would be amazing. But yeah. Wine? Yeah, I guess we would have to be able to like farm grapes or whatever then, right? We'd have to be able to plant vineyards. Okay, so so Perry's alcoholic. Yeah, I gotcha. Hard cider. Oh, your wife loves pear cider. Oh, wow. I've never heard of that. Sounds kind of good, actually. Moonshine, yeah. That'll be in the Manor Lords Western Expansion Edition.
Keep your hearth warm and your home cozy.
Alright, guys, well, I think we're going to wrap it up pretty soon here for today. We got our castle up, and our town here is looking really amazing. And, yeah, I'm really stoked with how this castle came out here, to be honest. I think it looks awesome. And this town as a whole looks really nice and operates well. So we worked on this one for the past, like, week or two or whatever, and I think it came together really, really nicely. Like our little lakefront housing over here. The castle came together really well. We got this nice farming area fenced off on the cliff sides. Nice orchards. I like our market area here with our flower beds all over the place and stuff. I mean, it looks quite nice, I mean, this would be a nice town to live in. We've got a nice, quality of life. Even Bath has his own private residence over here. Bailiff Bath. Tucked away, far away from the serfs. But I'm really happy with how everything came out. And, yeah, really cool town. Once again, guys, next Sunday is the Super Bowl Sunday. I live in Pacific Northwest. I live, in Seattle area. So I am going to be watching the Seahawks game for sure. And that means there might not be a stream next weekend. I'll make a post about it on the channel here over the week just to, let you guys for sure whether or not. But just in case, just know that that is going on next weekend. But we'll be back to regular scheduled programming after that, if that's the case. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here as always. Smarties, Bath, Ned, Info Mole Rat, 49er Holic. Even though we're rivals, all my regulars that you guys are always showing up. Zera, Kenny, sorry if I miss anyone, but yeah, no, I appreciate you guys being here. Senior Slaphead, Alex, Robert, Humphrey, all you guys, dude. Really appreciate you guys being here and supporting the channel and being here in the streams and all that good stuff. Sorry if I missed any of you guys, but yeah, no, I appreciate it, guys, and we will be, we'll be seeing what's going on with the, the world of Manor Lords as they move forward with whatever they're doing. But yeah, it's a little discouraging. I'm not gonna lie. I've been pretty upset. Like the last couple of weeks, I've been like really down. So I'll be completely upfront with you guys. In my opinion, they're ruining the game. So just to be completely blatant, like in my opinion, they're just completely ruining the game. So, but obviously that doesn't change the fact that it's still enjoyable experience, and I still want to like keep things going here on the channel, and I still want to keep like connecting with you guys and stuff. But it is a little tough on the motivation side. Like it's been really frustrating. So we'll see what happens, but we'll keep things going. But yeah, I would be lying if I didn't that's kind of where I'm coming from, to be honest. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys being here as always. I really appreciate all your guys' input and feedback and all that. So we will be back at it. And yeah, hope you guys have a really good rest of your Sunday and a good week ahead and everything, guys. Thank you so much once again. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. And yeah, I really, I don't mean to be negative, and that's part of the reason why it's a bit rough. I don't know. I just wanted to say that too, because like, yeah, I really try to be like good vibes and positive and stuff, right, here on the channel. And I know you guys don't really want to be tuning in and hearing me just like bitch and whine about the game or whatever, but yeah, there does come a point where I'm like, I'm a human being too, and like, I am running the channel, but I'm also a fan of the game, and I've been a fan of the game, and I've been like a participant of the community and everything since day one. So it is starting to like really get to me. So anyways, just wanted to like clarify, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just like, being super negative or anything, but I just wanted to clarify that as far as like for future stuff and why there hasn't been so much content in the recent weeks and stuff like that. But Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Yeah, I keep guiding them. I mean, they don't listen to me, man. They don't listen to anyone, obviously. So, but you know, if they keep asking for feedback, we'll keep giving it. So, the Super Bowl of Manor Lords. Yeah, cross fingers. But anyways, guys, yeah. So, yeah, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, Castle came out really good, right, Ed? Castle looks great. Yeah, so. You made it just in time for the end, Ned. We're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much again, guys. Really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a really, really good rest of your Sunday and a really awesome week ahead. And we're in dude. Like I said, it's February 2026, guys. How crazy is that? So I hope you guys had a good January, and 2026 is going well for you guys so far. And we'll keep it rolling. All right, y'all. That's going to be it for today. Once again, really appreciate it, guys. All the best to you all out there, and I hope you guys hope to see you guys soon. All right, guys. Take it easy. Peace and love to you all. Go Seahawks, baby. Bye.